All right, we're back and in the studio. You're not going to believe it. We have The Wanted.
And then they started playing that they started playing the Hawaiian lap steel guitar in the popular music of the day in the early 20th century, which was big band music. So they had tubas and they had all sorts of instruments.
Right.
And the band started with 4 or 5 pieces, and you put a lap steel in there, and it was a sort of a lead instrument, and played it solos, and everybody was happy. And then more instruments came around. Now you've got 10 instruments, and you couldn't hear it. And it's the main lead instrument. You can't hear it. So, some bright guy got the idea to project the sound farther and louder. So he put essentially what was very much like a hubcap in the body of the guitar, and it resonated the sound out.
Oh, that's what
so those became resonator guitars, and the most well-known resonator guitar is a dobro. So those are the kind of guitars that then took over in those bands, because, now it's louder, it's projecting, great. And the bands got bigger and bigger, and you couldn't hear the dobro anymore. So what were they going to do? Well, this was in the late 20s where people had discovered electricity. So some smart person developed the very first electric guitar, and it was a lap steel guitar.
The first foray into electric guitars was a lap steel
guitar. That's exactly right. And then somebody made the huge mistake of developing it even further and putting it on a pedestal, and instead of moving the slide on the strings to make the note change,
right,
they thought, well, they'll have these levers and foot pedals and things, and they developed the pedal steel guitar, and it's just one of the most god-awful sounds.
Now, I remember you saying this when we talked, but I do have 2 examples for you that will totally, I disagree with you with these 2 examples.
Oh, okay. There certainly are
David
examples.
Gilmour,
yeah.
when he plays it with
Is that
Pink
the one
Floyd,
David Gilmour plays?
That's what he plays.
With the pedals and everything?
Yeah. He does on One of These Days. He does 2 or 3 songs, and he plays it this wickedly wild. And Robert Randolph of the Family Band.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That guy can
There
wail
are
on
styles
that
you can play, but typically it's played on the Nashville, right? So Nashville style, and it's that kind of whiny,
twiny country thing
in
that
every
makes
country
me.
music song.
It's the biggest reason I can't listen to country music.
Yeah.
It was rock, and then there was the whiny guitar sound, and I'm out.
Yeah. And I know you don't agree with me, but there is a worse one. The worst one was the guy that decided to put the strings on the snare drum. And called it the banjo. That damn thing. Right?
I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
That was the worst invention. Let me tell you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
I gotta tell you, we had Toph and I had this little comedy band, and we had a multi-instruments, and he had the banjo, and he had a 12-string. The 2 fucking things that take forever to do. We're standing there, we're trying to do comedy.
For 4 strings.
Waiting for a guy to tune the banjo. I literally want to go over there. We're in a fast off. People are looking at us. And I want to break that over his head.
Well, there's no way. You cannot tune a banjo.
You can't tune a banjo.
It's not tunable.
It's not
tunable.
It was never meant to be tuned.
You play like 3 or 4, it's out of tune again. It's like this is the whacked instruments. But the 12 strings is no better. It goes out of tune really quickly too. Yeah, especially when half the time he would kick it over trying to get to something else. So he'd tune it, knock it over, and then be all whacked out of tune again. And I was like, oh, God. It would go on and on and on. So that was my little story about that.
Yeah.
Jeff.
The more strings, the harder it is to tune. That's rule of thumb.
I think you'd think...
Except the banjo.
Except the banjo. For some reason, 4 strings, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn nightmare.
Richard Henderson, Noir,